Yeah, baby, nice Shagra Falls. Rah.
Hello, welcome to the Lobster Pot on location. And fucking hell, this is Niagara Falls. I'm literally buzzing right now and I haven't even smoked anything yet. So welcome to Canada. We're here for Lift Toronto. We're not in Toronto, but we're damn near close to it. So follow me, let's go. We're in some weird chairs. We've just been talking to some people. We're going to go talk to some more people. So, but look around you. We've got some cool stuff here. We've got a coloring book wall. We've got plants. We've got giant chairs made of wood that have, what's it, marijuana deck? I think that's a reference to something that I don't quite understand, but I'm here for it. But looking over here, we've got the main stage. We've got some wicked booths. Let's go and have a look. Come, let's go. How you doing? How are things shaking out for you at the show this week?
Yeah, we're really happy to being in Ontario yesterday and today. For us, it's our first presence because we are a Quebec brand, recreational cannabis brand. We having 25 SKUs in Quebec, and we hit the shelf yesterday at the Ontario cannabis stores with some retailers with the new SKU. It's the new vape because this is not allowed in our province, so it's allowed federally a legal product, but in Quebec, the government decided like a couple of years ago to not introduce that category. So we're proud to launch it here, and we will start to getting some data from Ontario consumer.
So what are all these marvelous things that you've created? Tell us a bit about what you're doing here. And I recognize some of these stickers. I may have pulled a few off and sort of put them out there, but tell us more, sir.
All right, so this is my project Creator. I collect a lot of recycled packaging from cannabis. I repurpose them, use them as my material to create these sculptures. There we go.
Awesome. So have you had to smoke all of this weed in order to get this many stickers? So tell us about the CBD ones. What do we have here?
Oh yeah, like this one. We have two channels. As you can see here, so you can control different channel in here. Yeah, which means if you want strong, you can open them both. Yeah, you feel very strong. But some people they prefer lighter. You can just close one and just use one of them. You can feel it's it's lighter. Yeah, so it's different.
She's lost her head.
There's a nice bridge between responsible use and therapeutic and medicinal, and a way to talk about young people that can actually be really exciting and interesting and can help your brand grow in that more social good space, and less so just the finger waggy thing we've seen for the last 50 years.
Nobody wants to get their a finger wagged with them.
Yeah.
Is it the same in the UK?
I wish it was. I wish we had that sort of visibility of cannabis. I mean, we have medical market, as I was saying, but again, it's not in any way there's any kind of brand loyalty. There aren't any brands per se. But I'll tell you what my thought is, and this is something that occurs to me more and more, this idea of bud tenders being this sort of gatekeeper to consumer choice and this being this informative source and thinking, to what extent are they really being embraced as a kind of, important part of that journey to the customer?
Hi Mum, I'm in Canada, look, I'm smoking weed, what are you going to do? I'm really interested in the whole kind of bud tender thing, because as I sort of said earlier on the panel, there are a lot of, there's such a crucial route to the consumer choice. And if they're kind of low paid employees, then what's the incentive for them to actually give a damn about what brands are doing? How do you navigate that?
So we're fortunate that bud tenders are very passionate. Like you said, they're making pretty much minimum wage. So the same as it would cost, they'd be getting paid to flip burgers at McDonald's, but because they're really passionate about the product, about the plant, that, you know, they put in the extra hours that they don't get paid for, learning about the products by going to events like Bud Bash last night. And so, you know, we try to reward them for that passion and for putting in that time however we can. So like the events that we do for them, we try to make them always free. We try to make sure that they're getting free food, as much swag and samples that they can take home with them, so that, you know, they have a very good memory of not only that event, but all of the brands who are a part of that event, so that when they're back in their store the next week and a consumer asks them for a recommendation, they're gonna think about, oh, I just had a really great experience with Yandy Fresh at Bud Bash last week. Have you tried their apple cider? And it's things like that, you know, really go a long way.
What have you got there, sir? It's lo and behold, it's your actual product. It's
Yes, lo and behold, this is the product Boston Beer company in Canada makes. It's called Teapot. I helped with the formulation and scale up of this. It's a point of pride for our team. But
tell us more. I mean, what's the sort of? I mean, what flavors? Sort of again, terpenes, THC, all of that stuff.
so Teapot's meant to be. It's dosed at 5 milligrams. It's not carbonated. It's a still beverage, so it's meant to be something you can enjoy on the afternoon. If you have a heavier tolerance, you can have a few of them, just like you'd have a few beers with your buddies. And also for the consumer new to cannabis, it's not going to blast them off to space. They could, if they're really cautious, start with half a can, work up to a full one. But it's just like anything else you would have, like with beer.
Hello, Katie Waterman. Thank you for bringing us to downtown Toronto's finest dispensaries. Now, everyone's heard of Superette, and as the audience will see in a minute, it's an amazing little labyrinth of kitcheners. Tell us what you know about this. I mean, you know, you're the brand expert, and you're from here. What do you know?
Well, first of all, we're thrilled to have you guys here with us today, and it's our pleasure to show you around. But yeah, here we are at one of probably the most talked about dispensaries in Toronto since they opened, the infamous Superette. It's modeled after like a Montreal-style deli, so it definitely, from like an aesthetic standpoint, is one of its kind. I think it's pretty unique. But what is really interesting about where we're located here is it is in the same building. It almost feels as if it's like in the same space as the LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. That is where you buy your booze in Ontario, unless you're like a distillery, then you can sell it on location. But pretty cheeky of them to get themselves set up here, because you can see from the signage, it looks like it is one and the same. So upstairs you can get your booze, downstairs you can get your weed, and then you've got yourself a pretty fancy Friday night.
Hello there.
Hello, fancy seeing you here.
Welcome.
So yes, we are at Ensalada at Bathurst in Front, which is a chain of dispensaries that operates in Ontario that has just opened this location about a week ago. And as you can see, it's brand spanking new and absolutely beautiful. But the way that they have the store laid out is super, super cool. They have all the different products and formats organized under the way the product is supposed to make you feel. Here we're looking at energized, so mainly your sativas, but again, some of our favorite clients and brands that we've had the pleasure of working with are in this cabinet here. Carmel is one of the best craft cannabis brands in Canada.
Mandarin CK has infused live resin.
Oh, the live resin. Oh yeah, that's gonna you're gonna have a fun time there. And then, you know, you've got things in the top there like Big Bag o' Bugs, inspired by Canada's favorite TV show, The Trailer Park Boys. Over here, balanced to no surprise. These are the hybrids. Lots of amazing pre-rolls. What do we got over here?
Live rosin gummies, 1964.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's gonna send you into La La Land. And then, I mean,
Just relax.
you got it. And then obviously you've got your indicas if you want to have a good time here. Some great vape pens here by our pals over at Good Supply, and huge fan of the general admission vapes. High quality, great price point, and you can't really go wrong. in this relief category over here, it's great that they've got a great variety of CBD products, which is not necessarily consistent at a lot of the different dispensaries. It's kind of hard to find, pure CBD products that are actually like nice quality. But you know, if you want to be smoking on the job at good old Sister Merci, you'll be
be on the scene.
yeah,
You heard it
pulling
here
on
first.
one of those. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but great spot and a really nice variety of a lot of the different formats and things that are available in Canada.
See, actually, one question I was going to ask you. I always was under the impression it had to be, you know, sort of black packaging and the big yellow sticker, but this is not the case in
So
every
what
single
you're-
case.
So what you're looking at in some cases, so the rule of thumb to like keep it simple is that the size of the logo has to be the size of the THC sign, same surface area. So that's why you see it so large on that big bag of buds. But then some brands, if you don't see the THC label, it's because it's their vanity packaging. So that is a little bit of a hack in Canada, that you can have your vanity packaging on shelf. And then when consumers actually go buy the official product, then it's in the sealed bag with the excise stamp and the THC symbol. But you see some of that stuff there that doesn't have it. So we're allowed our fancy packaging at shelf level, and then obviously the legal packaging at purchase.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to always find a workaround because that's what cannabis does. I feel like that's the, you know,
That's where
every
we
time.
have our fun with displayers and really cool fancy packaging.
Absolutely. 100%. Right, I'm going to buy some stuff now, for real. So, Castle McDonald, you are a cannabis chef, aren't you, sir? And I've just seen you making some delicious beverage stuffs and so forth over there. Tell us more about what you've been doing there, and just tell us a bit more about fusing drinks and cannabis and all that good stuff, sir.
Or Lift & Co. The two beverages I did today were a take on either something that was very trendy on social media and another that is bridging two different ends of the industry right now. So in terms of RTD, or ready-to-consume beverages that are already in the cannabis market, there is very two-sided right now. You have either tea-based beverages or you have like soda pop-based beverages, carbonation. So with one of my beverages, I tried to bridge the two. Something along the lines of a White Claw with a little bit...
point, because you mentioned again the ready-to-drink category is really sort of, well, we've seen it and tried it ourselves, and some great stuff out there. You know, shout out to the Teapot crew. But in terms of, you know, people, you know, decarbing their own weed and creating their own stuff, do you think this is accessible enough for most people? If they, I mean, again, if someone at home makes a cocktail, you have all the ingredients ready to go. There's not much you need to do other than know how to assemble it properly. But you have the added step potentially with cannabis as well. Or are there other ways around that? Or there's something you can buy in order to just, you know, infuse your drinks readily? Or how do you see most people are doing this?
Well, I'll take that in kind of a two-part there. How I think people should approach it and how I see people currently approaching it. How I'd recommend people to approach it, especially if you are relatively new to the industry or new to cannabis in general, is start with an already established regulated product. That allows more of the ethics to come through. There's a company that's already regulated and established in the government, in the market, who's come together to develop a product with an accurate dose. You know that then you can take that and utilize that in any aspect, whether it be a cocktail or a meal, and know that that's the dose I'm getting.